Hello guys, today we will study the conversion of active to passive of an interrogative sentence. We have already covered imperative sentence, so it's time to deal with interrogative sentence in this video. Let us start. So what is an interrogative sentence? Interrogative sentence asks a question and its end with a question mark. There are two types of interrogative sentences. Direct question, which is also called WH question. The example are these WH questions begin with WH. For example, who are you? What are you doing? Why are you asking? And how do you feel? The second type of interrogative sentence is yes or no question. These questions usually have an answer in yes or no. And the speciality about these types of questions are they start with an helping verb. For example, am I late or is Sita there? Let us start with the basics of converting an interrogative sentence from active to its passive voice. For at the first, we have to first identify subject, verb, and object in the active sentence. In the second step, we have to move object in the place of subject and subject in the place of object. In the third rule, we have to use the past participle, which is the verb's third form, and the correct form of be. Be has many forms such as is, am, are, was, were, has, had. If we have a WH question such as who, what, why, how, and other, we will keep it in the beginning because these WH words help us maintain an interrogative sentence. And if we have an auxiliary verb, which we usually have in a yes no question, then we will put it at the starting of the sentence to maintain the interrogative structure. First, we will deal with yes no questions. The general structure in active voice of a yes no question is auxiliary verb plus subject plus a verb plus object and question mark. And the passive of the same is auxiliary verb object plus be plus verb's third form or past participle. 90% of the yes no question follows this structure, but there are some exceptions. For example, did she complete the homework? And the passive form of it would be was the homework completed by her? This does not follow the above structure. But in example number 2, we will see the above structure is followed. For example, will they play the match tomorrow? If it is an active voice, its passive would be will the match be played by them tomorrow? If active is he writing the letter? Then the passive would be is the letter being written by him? So the second type of sentence is WH question, which usually begins with when, why, where, and how. The active of that of a WH question has a general structure, which is WH word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb plus object, and of course the question mark. And the passive of that sentence would be WH word plus auxiliary verb plus object, which was earlier the subject in active voice, plus be plus verb third form or part participle, and at last the subject, which subject of the active sentence. For example, if the active is who wrote this poem, the passive would be by whom was this poem written. This does not follow the rule, but the 90% of the sentence follow the above structure of active and passive. From second example, we will see how the above structure is followed. For example, when will they announce the result? Then the passive of it will be when will the results be announced? If the active is why did he call you, then the passive would be why were you called by him. If active is how did they solve the problem, then the passive would be how was the problem solved by them. So this is how we deal with both yes and no question and also with WH questions. This brings us to the end of our slide. So I hope that you like the video, and please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Vivek Angrezi Kumar. Till then, bye bye.